Welcome back. I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Dana Parrott. We're at the Nelson County Extension Office. And we were talking, before we went to a break, we were talking about deviled eggs, right? Well, now we're going to talk about something else you can do with eggs.
That's right.
And that's color them.
That's right.
That's
Decorate
right. Another
them.
very Eastery thing.
That's right. Something that, everybody does, regardless of, how you celebrate Easter. Most people end up decorating eggs, I think.
Right, because I said coloring, but you're going to actually decorate them because you're going to do some different things for us, right?
Decorating eggs is a little bit messy, especially with kids that are young ages. And so we're going to talk about some different ways that you can decorate that maybe will appease them just as much. So, yeah.
Okay.
So first we'll just talk about the traditional method, using the kit that you can buy, any dollar store, anything like that, where you drop it in a little tablet and some warm water and some vinegar. There's a couple different ways that you can do this.
So how do we get our eggs? What do you do with the eggs first?
We hard-boiled them.
You hard-boiled them, yeah. Okay.
Which, another thing that you can do, and we never did this, but I have heard of people that kind of poke holes in both ends and then they blow out the contents of the egg with a nose syringe. And that way, if you lose an egg in the house or somewhere in an Easter egg hunt, it doesn't start to smell a little later, because then you're just decorating the shell. And then you can actually cook with the insides of those eggs if you want.
Okay.
Now, that's nothing that we ever did, but I do know that it is
done.
an option. Yeah. Yep. So that is an option. So we're just going to do this. We always did just a regular coffee mug like that, where you drop your egg in, and you wait for it. The longer it sits in there, the darker it's going to be. But one thing that one thing that I always liked to do as a kid was kind of half and half my eggs, just because I thought it was fun. And so an easier way to do that than having your kid stand and hold the egg the whole time is to use a small muffin tin like that, and you can just set the egg in, and you'll see that only half of it's going to get decorated.
Yeah, okay.
And so then say I just want a little bit of yellow there, but then I want some orange, I can just stick it into the other side, and that egg is going to be halfway decorated. So that's an option.
That's a fun twist.
Another option, we'll just use this egg again, is to rubber band your eggs before you dye them. And then whatever's under the rubber band is not going to get decorated. So you can use thick ones, thin ones, multiple rubber bands, anything like that. So we'll stick it in another color there. And we'll just see where that one goes. So that's kind of the traditional way to do it.
Okay. I'll move this over here for us.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's just where we can put our eggs to dry.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Another thing that you can do, a lot of people don't like to use those dyes. You can do it naturally. You can simmer some blueberries, add some vinegar to that. That's going to make a nice blue dye. I've got some grape juice here. That's actually the purple one here that we can dip in. It's not going to be as dark because that's not a dark grape juice, and I added it to some vinegar and some water. But it's it's one that is going to work just fine. And I've got too much in there, so we're going to make a little bit of a mess. Don't overfill your pans.
Yes. You can get a nice different twist on the color.
Yeah.
So it's the pellet with like vinegar. So it's always somehow there's going to be a vinegar element to it.
It just kind of helps it keep that color.
Okay.
That color's going to retain better with vinegar in it.
Okay.
So yeah, anything. I mean, you can use blueberries. You can use cabbage, red cabbage, oranges, orange juice, anything like that. Tomato juice, anything that you have in your fridge that's a color. Just boil it in some water and let it simmer for a while, and then add that vinegar, and that color will retain into that egg. So,
interesting.
Very interesting.
Okay. So you're decorating with the coloring for the eggs, right?
That's
but you can also put some of these other fun things on there too, correct?
So one thing that's big right now is this washi tape, the paper tape, that you can use in scrapbooking or planners or anything like that. But you can use it on an egg just as easily. Make sure that your egg is dry, and you can wrap it around. You can use different ones. I actually have one that is, it has mustaches on it, so I could have just put little mustaches all over my egg. Stretch that out. And you can kind of decorate that way.
And what was this tape called?
It's called washi tape or paper tape.
Washi or paper.
You can find it at any craft store. Or a lot of stores are actually starting to sell it now just because it is a really popular thing right now.
Okay.
It's pretty cheap. You usually get a couple rolls in a package for just a few dollars.
Okay, and they all have different designs
They do.
Okay.
They do. Another option that you can do is just use some Sharpies. Just take some permanent markers and draw on an egg, whatever you want. And that's going to retain, just as easy.
Okay. Now, do we put this into be colored with the tape on there, or is the tape
No, the tape would just be a way to decorate it with no coloring involved.
Okay.
Now, you could do the tape afterwards on a colored egg if you wanted.
Right, but if you put it in there with the tape on there, it would kind of do something to the tape.
Probably.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Do you want to experiment?
I don't know.
We can.
We experimented. We were crazy with those hard-boiled eggs. You know, you might as well try.
That's right. Another thing you can do that's just really easy is, maybe your kid really likes some show on TV or something. Grab some stickers of that. Let them decorate with the stickers. They'll stick right on the egg. They'll be just fine.
Okay.
And then another option is some tattoos. Some of the fake tattoos. You can put it on just like you would on skin. Put it on the face of that egg, and it will transfer on there.
Well, that's pretty neat.
Very neat.
And I guess you put all different kinds on there.
Yeah. Just it's something that lets your kids show their personality a little bit more than a certain color would.
Yeah.
So.
I really like the rubber band idea because that's kind of like when you paint and you want to put up
Yeah,
strips and you
that's
get the
right.
different colors.
That's right.
Yeah, that is kind of neat.
Oh yeah, we let that one sit in there for a long time. I shouldn't have picked pink because I really don't like pink. But then you can see
How's the color
the
underneath?
yellow went through because of where the rubber.
Yeah.
And we use a thin rubber band, so a thicker one would be a thicker strip.
Right.
So
Well, that's great.
yeah, just something different.
Yeah. Now I wonder how colored that is. It's been in there for a while.
Yeah, and see the top isn't, so those are always kind of my favorite. Now one thing you can use too, if you do this, you can stick the egg into a whisk, and then set that whisk down in there, and then you don't have to worry about trying to scoop it out with a spoon or anything like that. You just pull the whisk out, all the water's gonna drain,
Okay.
and you've got your egg. And so your egg will pop straight into that whisk. And there we go.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, the longer it sits in there, and then you could flip it back in if you wanted to. The darker it's going to be. So.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, how long will these eggs be good before they do start smelling? Do you have an idea,
Well,
just in case
You
people
usually
don't
don't
want to
leave them.
forever?
Most people do their Easter egg hunts outside, and you usually don't want to leave them.
And is it okay
in
to
the
eat
hot.
the eggs after? No, you shouldn't eat them.
You shouldn't.
Okay.
So.
Because you don't know if something got into them.
Right, and especially if they've been sitting out, especially if they've been outside, anything like that, you shouldn't.
Yeah. So do your hunt and then get rid of the eggs.
That's right. We usually, actually, at my family, we have a very, very competitive Easter egg toss. And it is, bragging rights for the whole year when you win, and that's what we do with our eggs after we hunt.
Okay, you
So.
toss them, so you get kind of dirty.
Oh yeah, we get, it's a pretty intense competition. So yeah.
And how many times have you won?
Twice.
Wow,
But I'm not the reigning champ
congratulations.
right now, so this year my sister and I we've been practicing. So
Okay, who's the
my
reigning
dad
champ?
and brother-in-law better,
Okay.
they better watch out. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'd let you know next month how you did, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Very good.
That's right.
Well, thank you very much. And happy Easter from the Nelson County Extension Office and all the Extension offices, as well as Central Kentucky Television. Have fun decorating your egg in all these different ways. And if you have an idea, you can post it onto either our Facebook page or onto the Nelson County
Please do.
Extension Office Facebook page as well. And let us know if you tried some of these ideas or if some ideas you have of your own. All right. Thank you very much. Again, this has been Gary White with Dana Parrott at the Nelson County Extension Office.